I'm like,
yeah.
How? I mean, you did a striptease and put your balls in Lisa May's ear.
Right.
It's a peanut butter jelly time.
Yeah.
What is Joe Coy just that funny?
Yeah. Joe's good. I love it.
I'm gonna check this out.
Nice dude too. And he has sleep apnea, so on the bus, Joe Coy would sleep with that like astronaut mask that like helps like 300-pound linemen breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Norton has one.
Oh, really?
And he said nothing makes him happier when he farts as he's falling asleep. And you know there's two little holes in the top of the mask for like real life air to get in?
right.
When he smells his own fart in his apnea mask, it's somehow completely like everything's completely normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm strapped up like I was in a fatal car accident just to fucking sleep at night.
Yeah, so it'd be really cool to like compare comedian coaching trees in terms of who people have brought up. Yeah, it'd be fun.
But I think that I always thought the responsibility now is like for Bert to have a coaching tree, Tom Segura,
right?
These like Ralphie is with Billy Wayne Davis, and he's got guys that are really good. So like now you got to pull guys up and do your thing with them.
You know what? I'm trying. There's a group of comics I like to take with me on the road. Sometimes I like to take my podcast partner. Adam Ray's really funny. This guy Mike Malone. Funny as hell. Sarah Tiana and Danielle Stewart, all really great comics.
Sarah Tiana was just on the Crab Feast, and she knows way too much about sports for a girl.
Oh, Sarah Tiana will school anyone, and like she's helping me with my fantasy football draft. She's.
You're the first pick. You're gonna take Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah, I'm taking Rodgers, of course.
Right.
But yeah, it's.
I pick 8th.
You pick 8th?
So I'm like Drew Brees or Calvin Johnson. One of those two will be available.
Yeah.
In
theory, go with one of them, or if he has anywhere close to the season he had last year, Gronk.
I can't take a tight end in the first round. I can't. Because everyone's scheming to stop him specifically. Right. So I think I would take, Andre Johnson or somebody else. Let's not lose all our overseas listeners. TMZ confuse you for Wee Man?
Oh, so many people do this. We all look alike apparently. So like, and this still happens now where I'll be walking around LA or when I'm on the road and someone will just run up to me and like, oh my God, it's so cool you're here. I'm such a huge fan. And me being like a comedian that's just starting to get that whiff of fame, I get all excited like, all right, cool, this is great. And then, I loved you on Jackass, kick yourself in the head. I'm like, fuck you. that dude's fat and has tattoos. Like, I don't look like him.
I saw 2 midgets Sunday.
Oh, make a wish, dude.
But they weren't together.
Okay.
It's weirder. I saw 2 midgets like 40 minutes apart in town right here in the Palisades.
Really?
That I've never seen before or since.
What is it?
That's rare. Like, what percentage of the population? I think 11% is black, right?
It's 1 out of every 325,000 births. So whatever percentage of that of the population is. Someone do math real quick.
All right, nerds. How much is that? Too bad we don't do a live podcast. Somebody go, I think you were wrong in your math.
Yeah.
So you don't know what percentage of the population are little people?
It's not a big population. It was funny because when I first got
12%.
No, we're 12% black. I was like, we're not 12.
I was off by 1%. You like JJ? I got to correct you on that one. Like at the end of the end of PTI when they're like, did we make any mistakes? Yeah, you said 11% of the population.
It's 12.
Well, I'm talking like Carl Spackler. You said 12% and 11% was black.
Like, when I first got passed at the Laugh Factory, Jamie Masada was like, buddy, tell you what we do, buddy. We get Tanya Lee Davis, Nick Novicki. We do all dwarf comedy show, buddy. We pack it with all little people in the audience. I'm like, you're going to have 3 people in that crowd.
You know why he thought that?
Why is that? Because he has Asian night and Black night and Jew night.
I guarantee you in his mind he could fit more midgets in the room, and so he would sell 400 tickets for a 200-seat room.
Yeah.
Like, I sit 2 in 1 seat, sit on each other's lap.
Yeah, but we drink half as much, so the net profit comes out the same.
He's just thinking dollars and cents. You got a number for me, Angie?
No,
all right. Yeah. Well, let's say what.
Yeah, 325,000 people.
Oh my God! You can hear our Greer's grinding.
Right? They're figuring out percentages of midgets in the country. Fuck them.
Well, I would guess.
Did you do like a Google image or something?
5%? That seems very high to me.
That seems very high to me too, but.
Everything seems high to you. Listen. I'm at CVS, right?
Okay.
And then I'm going to circle. Then Bunny Ranch. We got to talk about this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Words.
Cool.
And I love that you got a free room. Whatever. I'm at CVS, and there's a baby on the counter, like in his baby jammies, right?
That wasn't the dwarf, right?
And I go, oh, my God, this kid's so cute. And the father, I guess, is paying, and I'm just staring at the baby, spacing out, because when you have babies, you notice babies. And when you don't have babies, all you know is, what's that fucking kid is loud as shit.
Right.
And I go, oh, so cute. And the father goes, say goodbye. And this baby goes, see ya. And when he waves, he's got like man hands. And I realize it's like a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
That's a dwarf.
Yeah.
Or whatever the technical term is.
No, dwarf is good.
And I go, oh my God, he's in baby clothes because they fit.
Right.
And he's just like an actual little person. And then I realize the father is a very tall little person. Like
3'8"?
Yeah, no, he was he like as tall as my 9-year-old son, I guess. Like just about 5 foot, 4'10".
Okay.
Like that limit.
Yeah. That's still
like you wouldn't like to the unknown. You wouldn't go look at that midget. You'd say like, was he in like a car accident? Like he's just
something happened to him.
Yeah. He would not need a 10-gallon hat to get on road. Attaboy, Matthew. Yeah.
Screw that
He's
guy.
rolling. Yeah. This guy's definitely on Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Well, what's so sad is that like dwarfs do that kind of shit to other dwarfs. Like the 4-footers look like the 3'8" ones and go like, ha, sucker.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's terrible. Like, because we have like dwarf conventions. This is not a bit. We have dwarf.
Well, I've seen it on TLC.
Yeah.
TLC is 88% little people.
Yeah, right. Littlest couple, little big world.
Little chocolatiers.
Yeah, how fucked up is that?
Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah. Hey, don't put Honey Boo Boo in the midget category.
Oh, I thought she was a midget.
Oh no, she's just retarded. It's a redneck.
Oh, so then I'm at Mobile gas station. 14 minutes later, I hear JJ. I turn around, and for a split second, I think it's you, because he's dressed how you dress, like, he's cool.
Okay.
And he did actually look like you, not because he was a midget, because he actually looked a little like you.
Okay.
I swear, you might know this guy, and you're going to be offended. But just for a nanosecond.
Yeah.
Because he said JJ, and only my closest friends call me JJ.
Right.
I turn around, and he goes, hey, I'm Ronnie. I booked the Roosevelt Hotel. We do stand-up there now. And I go,
I know Ronnie.
He looks a little like you.
Yeah. No,
okay, good.
I'm not offended by that.
And I go, oh, yeah. I go, I don't really leave the house, Ronnie, but I appreciate the offer. But I don't want to tell you yes and not show up and you think I'm a dick. But there's just no way I'm going to try out material at the Roosevelt Hotel. And he goes, all right, thanks. And I'm driving home and I'm like, what are the odds of seeing two midgets in one day at two separate? It's not like they were a couple.
Right.
Or, And then I told that story at Brea and the audience fucking straight faces me. Like, well, what's the point? And I go, let me tell you something, Brea.
Because you did it in my hood.
You got,
and they all see me everywhere.
I go, you got my Twitter address, okay? I'll give you 30 days. Tweet me when you see your second midget. I'll give you 130 days.
And seeing my show twice doesn't count.
No, you gotta see two separate, and one at a child.
Right.
And when he dropped his keys, the dad, and I swear to God, I go, I wonder how a midget is going to pick up his keys. Like, for some reason, I'm watching like an exotic animal. Like, how do they do it? How do they mate in the wild?
I'm just having like Steve Irwin flashbacks.
What do you eat?
Oh yeah, that story from the live podcast. Here we have the night of midget. No, that's not a bad thought to have, because like when I drop stuff, I don't like picking shit up. I got a bad back, so I just grab it with my toes and like fling it up and catch it like a man.
Do you have physical maladies because of is it dwarfism? Mm-hmm. And midget is not, for the listeners, midget is just a word that little people hate.
Most of them, yeah.
Everyone but you.
Yeah, everyone but me, pretty much.
And so you're either a little person or a dwarf. Is there,
that's the same thing.
Oh,
dwarf and little person.
I'm saying what to say.
Oh yeah.
But people out in the world will be like, see, a midget and the difference between a midget and a dwarf. And I'm like, no, the difference is if you call a midget, you have an enemy.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless his name is Brad.
Damn cool.
And he's taking your wife home to crush her in front of you.
Oh man, I've done that.
That's all right. Why don't you explain it to everybody?
What?
Taking a guy, having sex with a guy in front of a guy, his wife.
Yeah, that's happened.
What do you mean, what? He goes, yeah, that's happened to me. Why don't you explain it? What do you mean? What are you, fucking Vinny Barbarino? What? Where?
That doesn't happen to anybody? All right.
No.
I've had 3 separate occasions.
Not without Coke.
I've had 3 separate occasions where wives have come up to me after shows and say, "Hey, my husband wants to watch us have sex," and I've been like, "All right, cool, that's fine by me."
And now you're an honest guy.
Yeah.
Complete honesty.
Mm-hmm.
What was the ugliest of the 3 women, 1 to 10?
Ooh. Probably 6.
Really?
Yeah, probably 6.
That was the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
And the husband, was he like a slothy guy, like wheezing and jacking off? Like, oh yeah, give it to a good.
Yeah, two of the guys just watched, and one of the guys was like going at it to himself, like, this is the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He was punching his clown.
Yeah.
So the other 2 guys never like unbuckled their pants.
No,
I would think like if I was in that position, I would look over at the guy and be like, how are you not jerking off? I'm killing this. Like being a performer,
right?
Like where's the applause here?
Yeah,
start beating your dick. I'm killing this.
I was kind of doing that, like you said, as a comic.
Talk shit.
You're like, you can't do this move.
Yeah,
doggy style standing up, motherfucker. Try this. Yeah. So yeah, that's happening.
Hey, you know this mental picture you got right now? Yeah, it's never going away. You can't drink this away.
This is your version of 2 Girls, 1 Cup. It is in your head forever.
There's a midget in your bed, in your wife, and she's not saying, "Get this thing off me."
She's enjoying it.
Wow. And the hottest one was what on a scale of
9.
Be honest.
9.
What do you mean 9?
9.
And the husband's just like, yeah, my 9 wife.
Yeah. Well, because the husband was like probably in guy rates probably about a 5 or 6 himself, so he's probably just like he'll do anything to make her happy. So he's probably just like, yeah, whatever you want, honey, just as long as I get to be seen with you. So yeah,
Matthew has a good point. The guy, and it's the same thing you said earlier, where the husband goes like, well, it's not like she's gonna come.
Yeah, and then I whip out my thing and start going at it, and he's like, oh, shit, this is a legit
And then you put her in your bizarre chokehold that you always put all the ladies in.
Yeah.
And that's...
Tiny hands, doesn't hurt them.
That's got to be the strangest good night ever. Like, all right, guys, see you later. Enjoy the Embassy Suites as long as you're here. And you just get your shit and walk out?
Pretty much.
And does the lady lay in the bed like, oh, God, that was incredible. And the husband's like, I heard you the first 14 times. Let's just enjoy our evening now. Let's watch Glee on demand.
Mm-hmm. I guess. I would love to be a fly on the wall in that room after I left. Because, yeah, there's no way that situation goes exactly as they picture it. No matter what they picture it happening, there's no way it happened that way.
Do you have sex with midget women?
Yeah.
Often?
Yeah. It's great.
What makes it great?
You know what? It's not to be all like not funny or nothing, but it's just we have a connection that I can't have with a tall person. Like we both share something that that's truly being intimate with someone. Where
no, they're not having sex with you because of a story or anything. It's true. You share, yeah.
Right. So it's that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't discriminate between the sizes. It's fun.
And your parents are both reachers.
Yeah, they're both tall.
How tall is your mother and father?
Dad is 6 foot. Mom is 5'8".
So that's uber rare. That's way rarer than like the roll-offs having half and half.
Yeah, because I mean it is a recessive gene. It's a mutation, but apparently it was in my family somewhere and just sort of popped up during my generation. So, because I literally have no other family members, and we've checked, we've gone back, we've done family history stuff. It was to the point where when I was born, this is no joke, when I was born, my dad thought that my mom had cheated on him. because when I popped out, he's like, no way. No way did this come.
But how do you
me.
tell if a baby's a midget?
You can't. Because the head is about the same size as it is right now. Like, basically, like your wife gives birth to a rattle.
Shape-wise.
Shape-wise, yeah, exactly.
With a watermelon at the end of the rattle.
Right, exactly.
Your goddamn cantaloupe head.
Yeah, and so you can tell. You can tell. Well, but here's the scary part.
A rattle.
Yeah, give birth to a rattle.